today we're going to start with some breath work. So if you want to make your way into a comfortable seat in the middle of your mat, just getting comfortable here, rolling your shoulders up towards your ears and away down your back. Another roll up towards your ears and away down your back. Then taking a deep breath in through your nose and sighing out through your mouth. Taking another deep breath in. On your next exhale, softening your eyes or gently closing them here. And beginning to notice how you're feeling this morning. Noticing the natural rise and fall of your lungs. And checking in. As you inhale, taking up space here, creating lightness. And as you exhale, softening throughout, sinking deeper here into your seat. And taking another deep breath in through your nose. And sighing out through your mouth. And here we're going to be working on your Ujayi breath. So inhaling through your nose. And as you exhale, restricting the back of your throat here and letting a sound come out. So taking another deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, constricting the back of your throat as you out through your mouth. And taking another deep breath in through your nose. And once more, as you exhale. And working with that Ujayi breath, inhaling fully through your nose. And maybe on your next exhale, constricting the back of your throat, but exhaling out through your nose. Noticing you can still hear that ocean wave. Inhaling fully through your nose. Constricting your throat and exhaling out through your nose. Still noticing that sound. Taking another deep breath in here, fully filling up through your heart, through your chest. Inhaling fully. As you exhale Ujayi out, whether your mouth is open or closed and coming out through your nose. Returning to your natural breath. Noticing the space created. And maybe setting an intention here for your practice. Noticing what you need this morning. And allowing yourself to just be here, feeling into your body, becoming aware of this present moment, and finding something that resonates here with you to bring with you throughout your practice. Whether that be lightness, maybe a sense of play, maybe some grounding today. noticing what you need and listening to your body here. And taking another deep breath in, filling yourself up here with that intention. And exhaling, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. Inhaling, fully filling up. Bringing in that intention. And exhaling, letting go of any judgments. Acknowledging your presence here. And once more, inhaling, filling up, bringing in that intention. And exhaling, letting go, softening throughout your body and grounding through your sit bones. And as you're here, inhaling, reaching your arms up over your head, meeting your hands to touch, and exhaling, your hands come down to heart center. Gently bowing your head to your hands here. Breathing in a few times, connecting with your heart center, connecting with your breath, connecting with your intention. And gently dropping your hands to rest on your legs once more, and gently fluttering open your eyes. And as you're here at center, inhaling, reaching your arms up over your head, extending through those fingertips, dropping your shoulders away from your ears, and exhaling, twisting towards the left. Your left hand comes behind you, right hand reaches for that opposite leg, keeping length here in your spine. As you inhale, finding that length through the crown of your head. As you exhale, gently twisting some more. Feeling free to keep your gaze over your back shoulder, maybe just towards the back of your mat. But keeping an awareness on that length in your body. Noticing how your breath lands here in this twist. Inhaling, reaching back up towards center. Both fingertips come up towards the sky. Inhaling a little more here. And exhaling, twisting towards the opposite side. Dropping your right hand here behind you. Left arm reaches for that opposite leg. And your gaze can slowly come over that back shoulder. Noticing that length here on this opposite side. Maybe your breath feels a little bit different. Inhaling, coming back up towards center, reaching through both those fingertips, and exhaling, releasing both your hands here to drop on opposite sides of your mat. Dropping both your hands here. Grounding through that left hand as you inhale, reach your right fingertips up and over, extending towards that opposite side, grounding through both your hips, and keeping your armpit turning up towards the sky here. Reaching through those fingertips, breathing into your side body, maybe dropping down that left shoulder a little bit more, really lengthening out through that right side. Breathing into that space, and inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, dropping your right hand to meet the mat. Grounding through that right hand as you inhale, reaching through those left fingertips up and over, grounding through your sit bones, turning your armpit up, maybe dropping that right shoulder a little bit more, and breathing into those side ribs. Your gaze can stay up at those fingertips, maybe just down at the ground to start off, but breathing into your side body. noticing that length here on the left side. Inhaling, gently rising up, and exhaling, letting that left hand fall down to your mat. Then turning over here into a tabletop position, bringing your hands beneath your shoulders, your knees beneath your hips, and finding space here through your back, pressing the ground away, noticing that space between your shoulder blades, feeling yourself strong here in this tabletop, noticing your natural breath. Then as you inhale, dropping your belly, rolling your shoulders back, lifting your gaze for a cow pose. Exhaling, rounding through your spine, tucking your chin, keeping your gaze towards your navel. And inhaling, cow, dropping your belly once more, lifting your gaze and rolling those shoulders back. Exhaling, pressing the ground away for your cat pose. Pressing the ground away, making space here through your back body. Inhaling into your cow. Moving with your own breath now. Allowing your breath to guide you through your movements. Exhaling into your cat. Noticing how you're feeling. Noticing how your breath is moving through your body this morning. Maybe connecting with that Ujayi breath. Lengthening your breath. Allowing your breath to guide you here. And feeling free to find any other intuitive movements. Maybe twisting in your back. Maybe doing some circles here with your belly. Maybe just sitting back into a child's pose, finding a little rest here. But noticing what you need this morning and allowing yourself to breathe through that. And taking a few more rounds of breath here, moving at your own pace. And as you're ready, gently meeting back in that tabletop pose, pressing the ground away through all 10 fingertips, untucking your toes here, noticing your core engaged as you press the ground away, breathing into that belly center. And once you feel your core engaged here, untucking your toes and sending your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Keeping that length here from your wrists all the way through your hips, keeping a generous bend here to start. Maybe bending each one of your knees, reaching your heels down towards your mat, pedaling out your dog. But just noticing how you're breathing here. And looking through your hands and gently walking towards the top of your mat. Inhaling, halfway lift, finding length in your spine, and exhaling, forward fold. Letting your upper body rest heavy here over your legs. Maybe reaching for both your elbows here, finding a little sway, but staying grounded through both your feet. Keeping a slight bend in your knees here and letting your chest rest heavy into your legs. Releasing any tension in your neck. Your head falls heavy towards the earth. And just feeling into this sway. Letting yourself breathe in this slight inversion. Then gently releasing your hands back down towards the earth, grounding through both your feet. And inhaling, rising up, reaching through both those fingertips, lifting up towards the sky, and exhaling, hands come down to heart center. Inhaling, reaching through those fingertips. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, finding length here. And exhaling, planting your hands, stepping or jumping back into a plank and holding here for a moment. Keeping engagement through all 10 fingertips, still pressing the ground away and breathing into that space between your shoulder blades. Noticing your back body opening up, breathing here into your core. Heels reaching down towards the earth here, noticing that engagement through your whole body. And inhaling, shifting your weight towards the front of your mat. Exhaling, lowering all the way down to your mat for chaturanga. Lowering all the way down here. Keeping your palms right next to your ribs. And inhaling, lifting up for a cobra. Shoulders roll down your back, elbows reach down your back, pressing through the tops of your feet, noticing your legs engaged. Noticing your core grounding here into the earth. Finding that length through your back body, gaze stays forward. Inhaling once more. Exhaling, gently releasing down towards your mat. Letting your forehead gently rest here on your mat for a moment. Or resting on your palms. But taking a few breaths here. Then bringing your palms back to that space right beneath your shoulders, right next to your ribs here, grounding through those palms, pressing through the tops of your feet, inhaling, lifting up for an upward facing dog. Lifting your body up here, shoulders roll down your back, gaze lifts up. Now your thighs are off the mat here, pressing through the tops of your feet. Inhaling in this upward facing dog and exhaling, meeting back in your downward facing dog. Pressing through both your palms, keeping your hips up and back and reaching your heels down towards your mat. Maybe you're still pedaling out your feet here. Noticing how you're breathing. Maybe reconnecting with your intention. And looking through both your hands, inhaling, walking your way towards the top of your mat. Halfway lift and exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, rising all the way up here, reaching through those fingertips and exhaling your hands to heart center. Inhaling, reaching your arms up over your head, meeting your hands to touch. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, finding length here, and exhaling, planting your hands, stepping or jumping back and lowering for chaturanga. As you inhale, choosing a cobra or your upward facing dog, and exhaling, meeting back in your downward facing dog. Noticing what feels good in your body here this morning. Breathing in this downward facing dog. Keeping that length from your wrists all the way through your hips. Noticing that length created in your back body. Then inhaling, your right leg rises up here. Exhaling, knee to nose. Inhaling, kicking that heel out. Exhaling, knee to right elbow. Inhaling, kicking out. Exhaling, knee to left elbow. Inhaling, kicking out here. Exhaling, knee to nose. And inhaling, kicking out once more, staying in this tripod down dog. Doing some circles here with your ankle, your wrist. Or doing some circles here with your knee. Opening up that hip. Then inhaling, kicking that right heel out. Exhaling, bringing that foot all the way through your hands. Gently lowering down that back knee as you inhale, rising up for your low lunge. Reaching through your fingertips here, or just letting your hands rest here on your hips, but keeping both your hips squared off towards the front of your mat. Grounding through that rooted foot, keeping your gaze forward and breathing into your core. Keeping an awareness on your breath here. Maybe sinking deeper here into that front bend. And inhaling, reaching your fingertips up, straightening out that front leg. Exhaling, hinging for your half splits. As you're here, feeling free to find some blocks to place beneath your hands. Maybe some books. Just bringing the ground to you. If you don't have that availability, feeling free to bring your hands to your hips, helping yourself hinge here, grounding through that rooted foot. Noticing your heel grounding here into the earth, your toes point up towards the sky, and breathing into that stretch. And as you're here, inhaling, rising back up into that low lunge, planting your foot down, reaching your fingertips up. And as you exhale, sending your fingertips towards the back as you come into that half splits. Inhaling, lifting up, fluttering your fingertips up towards the sky with you. Exhaling, fluttering your fingertips back into that half splits. Inhaling, rising, lifting your heart here, lifting your fingertips, fluttering up towards the sky. Exhaling, hinging your hips back, sending those fingertips towards the back of your mat. Inhaling once more, fluttering up towards the sky. Exhaling, hinging your hips back, staying right here, maybe still fluttering your fingertips, breathing into that stretch. And inhaling, rising back up, reaching through those fingertips. Exhaling, dropping your hands to your mat. Grounding through that rooted foot, untucking those back toes. And inhaling, that left foot comes up to meet the right. Halfway lift here at the top of your mat. Inhaling fully. Exhaling, letting go for your forward fold. Inhaling, rising all the way up, reaching through those fingertips, and exhaling your hands to heart center. Inhaling, reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, finding length. And exhaling, planting your hands, stepping or jumping back, and lowering for chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or your cobra. And exhaling, meeting back in your downward facing dog. Breathing here in this downward facing dog, feeling free to take your rest here in a child's pose. Noticing what your body needs. As you check in with yourself here, noticing any subtle differences between that right and left side. Maybe your right heel feels like it can reach a little further down towards the mat. And inhaling, your left leg rises up, tripod down dog. Exhaling, knee to nose. Inhaling, kicking that heel out. Exhaling, knee to left elbow. Inhaling, kicking out. Exhaling, crossing your body to that right elbow. Inhaling, kicking out. Exhaling, knee to nose. And inhaling, kicking out once more, staying here in that tripod down dog. Doing some circles here with your ankle. Maybe getting into your hip, doing some circles with your knee. Noticing what feels good. Maybe just kicking out through that heel. And inhaling, kicking out once more. Exhaling, bringing that foot all the way through your hands. Gently lowering down that back knee as you inhale, rising into that low lunge. Whether your hands stay on your hips here, maybe resting on the top of your leg, or reaching through those fingertips. Noticing where you're at, making sure your hips stay squared off towards the front of your mat and grounding through that rooted foot. Noticing any gentle differences between this left and right side. And inhaling, reaching your fingertips up towards the sky. Exhaling, straightening out that left leg, hinging your hips for a half splits here. Toes stay pointing up towards the sky, grounding through your heel. Maybe bringing those blocks here to support you or your books, but placing both those blocks here on either side of your leg. Maybe your hands just rest here on your hips. But really rooting down through that heel, toes stay pointing up towards the sky and breathing into that length of the back of your leg. Noticing your strength here. Then moving through your breath once more, inhaling, grounding through that rooted foot, lifting your fingertips up towards the sky for your low lunge. Exhaling, fluttering your fingertips towards the back wall. Toes come up for your half splits. Inhaling, fluttering up towards the sky, grounding through that rooted foot. Exhaling, hinging your hips back, fluttering those fingers towards that back wall, toes come up. Inhaling, rising up for that low lunge, reaching up, heart opens up here. Exhaling, hinging back here, still fluttering those fingers. Then once more, inhaling, rising, lifting up. Grounding through that rooted foot, opening up your heart, and exhaling, hinging here, still fluttering your fingertips, and breathing into this stretch for a moment. Maybe letting your hands fall back down to your mat, or staying here in this balance challenge. And inhaling, grounding through that rooted foot, reaching through those fingertips. Exhaling, dropping both your hands here to your mat. Untucking your back toes and inhaling, that right foot comes up to meet the left. Halfway lift, finding length, and exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, rising all the way up, reaching through those fingertips, and exhaling, your hands come to heart center. Inhaling, reaching up towards the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhaling, flowing through your vinyasa here, stepping or jumping back, lowering towards your mat. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling, meeting back in your downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here in this downward facing dog. Feeling free to take a sip of water. Feeling free to check in. Maybe coming back to your intention. And inhaling that right leg up as you're ready. Exhaling, bringing that foot all the way through your hands. Grounding that rooted foot, keeping that back heel lifted as you inhale, rising up for your crescent lunge. Hands can stay here on your hips or reaching up towards the sky. If those fingertips are reaching up towards the sky here, letting your shoulders fall away from your face, keeping your hips in line with one another, facing the front of your mat, grounding through that front foot and pressing through that back heel, but making sure it stays lifted, just feeling that stretch here in that front hip. Keeping an awareness on your breath, noticing that strength from your core, and inhaling, lifting up through your fingertips as you exhale, dropping down that back foot for your warrior two. Reaching through both those fingertips here, keeping your gaze through that front middle finger. Maybe pressing down with your arms to keep them engaged. And inhaling, reaching that left hand all the way across your body, giving yourself a high five here. Exhaling, crossing your body all the way, opening back up into that warrior two. Inhaling, closing up here. Exhaling, crossing your body, extending out into that warrior two. Inhaling, closing up here. Exhaling, opening up that arrow, opening up here for your warrior two. And once more, inhaling across your body, high-fiving, coming all the way across as you exhale. Settling into this warrior two once more, making sure your knee stays over that front leg, grounding through that back edge of that back foot, and keeping your gaze through those front fingers as you inhale, reversing your warrior. Dropping that back hand, reaching through those front fingertips, noticing that gentle lengthening through your side body, breathing into your ribs. Inhaling, lifting back up. Exhaling, warrior two. Finding that strength here once more. Inhaling, straightening out that front leg. Maybe shortening your stance a little bit, but making sure both your heels are in line with one another. Inhaling fully here. As you exhale, hinging your hips towards that back wall and reaching your right hand down towards your ankle, your shin, a block, maybe your mat for your triangle pose. Keeping that back shoulder rotating up towards the sky here, making sure both your shoulders line up with one another. But your gaze can stay forward or up at those fingertips. But wherever you're at, staying grounded through both those feet, feeling like you're dragging the mat beneath you, Taking another deep breath in here. Exhaling to settle. Inhaling, gently rising back up. Exhaling, releasing your arms. Hands come to your hips here, trying to bring that back foot a little bit closer and shifting your hips towards that front wall, making sure your hips are squared up towards the front. Inhaling fully, finding length in your spine, dropping your tailbone here. As you exhale, hinging your hips for your pyramid pose. Letting your hands rest here on your hips or reaching down towards the mat. Letting them land here on your calf, ankle, or all the way down on the floor. Noticing what feels good today. And reaching your nose towards your knee. Keeping an awareness on your breath here. Noticing that length here in your back body. Inhaling, slowly rising up, reaching through those fingertips, and exhaling, your hands come to heart center. Grounding through that rooted foot at the top of your mat, and inhaling, that back knee comes up for a high knee. Helping yourself up as much as you need here. Grounding through that rooted foot, keeping that engagement through your midline, keeping that left foot flexed. Finding stability here. Noticing that strength within you. Grounding through that rooted foot, extending out through the crown of your head. Inhaling, pulling that knee in. Exhaling, warrior three. Toes stay pointing down towards the earth. Hips stay in line with one another here. Hands can stay at heart center, maybe reaching your fingertips forward or extending those fingertips towards that back wall. Listening to your body here. But keeping your toes pointing down towards the earth, hips stay in line with one another. Inhaling fully, exhaling, dropping your hands to meet your mat, kicking your heel up for half splits. Coming into this standing splits, kicking that heel up, grounding through that rooted foot. Inhaling fully and exhaling, dropping that left foot to meet the right. Inhaling, halfway lift, finding length. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, rising all the way up, reaching through those fingertips, and exhaling, your hands to heart center. As you're here at center, inhaling, reaching those fingertips up, hands meet to touch, and crossing your thumbs here, pointing your fingertips up towards the sky. Keeping your pointer finger pointing up here, rolling your shoulders away from your face. Keeping your tailbone tucked and a gentle bend here in your knee. Inhaling, finding length through your spine. And exhaling, taking it towards the right side. Opening up that left armpit up towards the sky. Reaching through that side body. Sending your hips in that opposite direction for a little bit more stretch. Noticing your breath here. Inhaling, gently coming back up towards center. Exhaling towards the other side. Opening up that right shoulder to come up. Reaching through those fingertips. Maybe sending your hips into that opposite side. Breathing into that stretch. Inhaling, gently coming back up towards center. Exhaling, shaking it out on the way down. Inhaling, reaching up once more. And exhaling, shaking it out on the way down. And inhaling, reaching your arms up, hands come to touch. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift here. And exhaling, flowing through that vinyasa. Lowering towards your mat. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling, meeting back in your downward facing dog. Keeping an awareness on your breath. Noticing this as your resting posture, feeling free to take a child's pose. Feeling free to grab a sip of water. Checking in with yourself here wherever you're at.
And moving through that opposite side, you're inhaling, your left leg rises up. Exhaling, bringing that foot all the way through your hands. Finding stability here, grounding through that rooted foot, pressing down through that back heel, and inhaling, rising up for your crescent lunge. Whether your fingertips reach up towards the sky here, just rest on your hips, making sure your hips stay squared off towards the front of your mat. Noticing that alignment with your hips squared off, breathing into your core, rolling your shoulders down your back, and breathing deeply. Maybe feeling that front hip stretch, that strengthening through that front leg. Noticing your strength here as you inhale, reaching those fingertips up. And as you exhale, dropping down that back foot for your warrior two. Reaching through both those fingertips, grounding through both your feet here. Noticing the back edge of your back foot grounding here into the earth, making sure that left knee is aligned with your ankle here. And reaching through both those fingertips, finding some space here in your chest to breathe. And thumbs point up towards the sky as you inhale, closing that right hand to high five the left. Exhaling, opening back up here, extending out for your warrior two. Inhaling, crossing your body here. High-fiving yourself as you exhale, opening up here, extending out for that warrior two. Inhaling, closing that hand, high-fiving as you exhale, opening up that space, staying strong. And once more, inhaling, coming around, high five. Exhaling, closing it up. And opening back up out into your warrior two and settling here. Taking a few breaths, making sure to keep that alignment. Left knee over that ankle. Grounding through that back edge of your back foot. And keeping your gaze through those front fingertips as you inhale, reversing your warrior. Dropping that back hand, reaching through those front extended fingers and breathing into your side body. Staying strong in your legs here as you inhale, lifting back up, and exhaling, settling in that warrior two. Finding strength here, inhaling, lengthening out through that front leg. As you exhale, triangle pose, hinging at your hips, reaching that left arm down, right fingertips come up towards the sky. Making sure to stack your shoulders over one another here. Letting that left arm land on your calf, ankle, shin, maybe a block, maybe the earth, but making sure both your shoulders stack over one another. Feeling that space here extending through both your fingertips, noting that space between your shoulders, noticing that length you're creating in your spine, hinging at your hips, extending out through the crown of your head. And noticing that third point here, lengthening through the back of your legs for Trikonasana, your triangle. Noticing that strength through all 3 points, shoulders, back, legs. And inhaling, gently rising up. Exhaling, letting your hands rest on your hips. Gently bringing that right leg slowly up. Hinging your hips towards the front of your mat, making sure both your hips stay in line with one another. Tucking your tailbone here, inhaling, lifting through your spine, and exhaling, hinging for your pyramid pose. Letting your upper body rest over that leg. Hands can stay on your hips if that feels good. Or reaching down towards the mat. Whether your hands rest here on your calf, ankle, or all the way down here on your mat. Reaching your nose towards your knee. Your forehead maybe gently lands on your leg. But breathing into that space you're creating in your back body. Letting your upper body rest heavy. And noticing how you're breathing. And inhaling, slowly rising up here, reaching through your fingertips. Exhaling, hands come to heart center. Grounding through that rooted foot at the top of your mat, and inhaling, that right knee comes up. Keeping that right foot flexed, keeping your hips in line with one another, breathing here into your midline. Noticing that strength within you, grounding through that rooted foot, extending out through the crown of your head. Inhaling, pulling that knee in. Exhaling, sending that right leg back for your warrior three. Toes stay pointing down towards the earth, kicking through that heel, finding that length here through your back body, extending through the crown of your head, extending out through that heel, and finding some balance here. Taking another deep breath, inhaling fully, and exhaling, dropping your hands to your mat, kicking your heel up towards the sky for your standing splits. Keeping that heel kicking up hard, grounding through that rooted foot, noticing that length in your back leg. Inhaling here, exhaling, lowering that right foot to meet the left. Inhaling, halfway lift, finding length. Exhaling, forward fold. And inhaling, rising all the way up, reaching through those fingertips. And exhaling, your hands to heart center. Inhaling, reaching your fingertips up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift here. And exhaling, planting your hands, stepping or jumping back into a plank and holding here for a moment. Noticing your natural breath in this plank, pressing through all 10 of your fingers, pressing the ground away, breathing into that space between your shoulders, noticing your midline, noticing your core engaged, inhaling fully, and exhaling, lowering all the way down to your mat. Making it your way down onto your mat, maybe resting here on your forehead for a moment. Allowing yourself to breathe. Letting your front body sink heavy here into the mat. Then gently bringing your arms out for Sphinx pose, pressing through your forearms here. Shoulders roll down your back, noticing your shoulders stacked over your elbows here. Pressing through all 10 fingers still, maybe pressing through the tops of your feet, letting your hips rest heavy here, and noticing your torso grounding into the earth as you lift up your heart. Noticing that space in your back body, breathing into your back heart. Taking another deep breath in and exhaling, gently releasing down towards your mat. Resting your forehead here on your palms. Breathing deeply. And gently bringing your arms back for one last Sphinx posture. Forearms press into the mat, shoulders ground into your elbows, elbows ground into the mat, and pressing through all 10 fingers. Pulling yourself gently forward here, lengthening through your spine, extending out through your feet, through the crown of your head, and breathing into your back heart, noticing your heart opening. Letting your hips be heavy, finding that length through your spine, inhaling fully, exhaling, gently releasing back down. Taking a few rounds of breath for yourself, maybe reconnecting with your intention. Noticing how it feels here, the rise and fall of your lungs. Gently pressing yourself up here into a tabletop pose. Bringing your hands beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. Inhaling, your left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Exhaling, threading your needle, grounding your shoulder here into the mat. Letting your cheek rest heavy and letting that right hand just rest wherever it's at. Feeling free to let that right hand rest where it's at, or crawling your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Noticing how you're breathing here in this gentle twist. Allowing yourself to be. Gently bringing that right hand back, pressing it into the mat. Inhaling, reaching your left fingertips back up. Exhaling, dropping your left hand here to meet the right. And grounding here through center, noticing your core. Inhaling, your right fingertips reach up towards the sky. And exhaling, threading your needle, grounding your shoulder here into the mat. Your left arm rests heavy, maybe crawling those fingertips forward. Breathing into your back body, keeping your hips back. Noticing your breath here. Whether you're active through that left arm or just letting it rest heavy. Allowing your breath to lengthen. And gently bringing that left hand back. Inhaling your right fingertips up towards the sky. And exhaling, meeting back in your tabletop. Gently rolling over into a seat. Extending your legs out long, grounding through both your sit bones. And inhaling, reaching your fingertips up towards the sky. And exhaling, hinging at your hips, reaching for your feet, for your seated forward fold. Keeping a generous bend here in your knees if that feels good. But just noticing where you're at, letting your upper body rest heavy. And still breathing into your back body. Noticing that lengthening through your spine as you ground through your seat. Maybe the length created in the back of your legs. And on your next inhale, gently rising up one vertebrae at a time. And exhaling, letting go at center. And gently bringing your feet onto your mat and slowly making your way onto your back. Making your way onto your back, keeping your feet about hips width distance apart, letting your arms rest by your side. Grounding through both your feet here, feeling like your heels are dragging towards your body. And inhaling, lifting your hips up towards the sky, sending your knees towards the front of your mat, and breathing into your core. Noticing that strength still within you, keeping your legs engaged, keeping your core engaged. And as you're here, feeling free to pull at the edges of your mat, maybe tucking your shoulders beneath your body and grasping your hands. But keeping that engagement in your legs, keeping that strength in your body, and inhaling, gently lifting your hips a little bit more. Exhaling, slowly coming down one vertebrae at a time, all the way until your hips land. And heel toeing your feet to be about as wide as your mat, bringing your knees together at center, inhaling fully here. And as you exhale, dropping both your knees towards one side. Inhaling, lifting back up towards center. Exhaling towards the opposite side. Following your breath as you inhale, slowly rising up towards center. And as you exhale, falling over towards the other side. Inhaling, gently rising up. Exhaling towards the other side. And inhaling, gently rising up. And as you exhale, bringing both your knees back together for this restorative posture. Knees together, feet out wide. Resting here for a moment. And bringing both your knees here into your chest. Wrapping your arms around, giving yourself a little squeeze. Maybe rocking around here, massaging your lower back. Staying right here, coming into your happy baby, grabbing the insides of your feet and kicking your feet here into your hands, feeling free to rock your baby. Noticing what feels good. And staying right here for as long as you need before letting go for Shavasana. Extending your legs out long. Letting your palms rest by your side, facing up towards the sky. Or resting one hand at heart center, one on your belly. But wherever you're at, keeping a soft gaze or your eyes closed. As you're here, softening behind your eyes. Unclenching your jaw. Noticing the back of your head, grounding into the mat. Your shoulders rest heavy. Noticing that space you're creating in your body with that rise and fall of your lungs. As you inhale, your chest lifts fully, expanding within you. As you exhale, your belly falls, allowing gravity to pull you deeper into your mat. Letting your legs relax, allowing yourself to be here. Letting go of anything that's not between you and your mat. You and your breath. You and the intention you set. Inhaling, bringing in that intention. Filling up here, feeling it expanding your body towards all corners. And exhaling, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you here. Inhaling, breathing in that intention, soaking it in fully with your breath. Exhaling out everything, allowing yourself to go deeper into your mat. Inhaling that intention in. And exhaling, fully letting go. Noticing how it still resonates. Noticing how you can breathe in your intention throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling fully once more, breathing that intention in. And exhaling, releasing, letting go and softening. Trusting that you're exactly where you need to be. Trusting that your intention will guide you. And trusting your breath to be present. Taking another deep breath in. Exhaling, letting it all go. Returning to your normal breath. Becoming more aware of your bodily sensations. Wiggling your fingertips. Maybe moving through your toes. And as you're ready, inhaling, reaching your arms up over your head, pointing through your toes for a good morning stretch. Gently coming onto one of your sides. And slowly lifting yourself up here into a comfortable seat. Finding that comfortable seat here, keeping a soft gaze or your eyes closed. Grounding through your sit bones. Lengthening through your spine. Letting your shoulders fall away from your ears. Letting your palms rest on your legs here. And taking a few breaths together to close out your practice. Inhaling fully through your nose. Sighing out. Inhaling fully through your nose. Sighing out. Once more, inhaling here. And sighing out. Returning to your natural breath. And on your next inhale, reaching your arms up, meeting your hands to touch, and exhaling, hands come down to heart center. Gently bowing your head to your hands. And thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. And together we can say namaste.